Hello everyone, welcome to the first tour of my very first apartment. Hello, my name is Phương. I'm from Vietnam and I'm living here in Oslo, Norway. I just bought my very first apartment here and it has been around 4 months since the day that I first moved in the apartment. Since during that period, there are quite a lot of things that I have done to the apartment. So I want to just show you around and then have a tour of my apartment. And this is gonna be something that works as a reference for me in the future when I want to look at my interior design journey as well. I think because this is my first apartment when it comes to interior design and home decor, I'm pretty much just a beginner. So there are a lot of things to learn and figure out along the way. So I hope that this is gonna be a beautiful journey for me. And first and foremost, this is gonna be an interesting apartment tour for you guys. So let's get started. The first thing that you see when you walk into the apartment is this entrance. It's a very tiny space with doors in all of the four of the walls, and one lit through each of the different area in this apartment. And the thing about this entryway is that it has this wooden detail on the lower part of the wall, which I think makes it feels more unique and also cozier and more homey. I was thinking that, at first when I saw it, I don't really think that it's probably the best thing. But the more that I look at them, the more that I feel good about them. And they really protect the lower part of the floor when they are probably the most interaction with things that can potentially this ruin the or like hurt the wall. So it is very nice that I have this. And this only thing that I am a little bit not happy about is because this one has kind of like a 3D panels like this. So at the bottom, if you only have one wood piece that is straight running along the edge of the floor, then it's gonna leave space for like dots and it's gonna accumulate over time. So that is something that I really want to fix very soon about the entrance. And there's not much happening in this entrance rather than the two pieces of art that I have in here. So I just randomly look at different arts that is for sale on Fin because I really want to decorate my apartment with some art pieces. And these are of course not original, and I just bought them because they are very different from what I have been used to seeing with the ads that is on sales, that is for sales on Fin. And then I just bought them. And right after I bought them, I was not even sure if they are really good pieces of art. And also I was a little bit worried about the frame because they are quite thick. But then when I brought them home and then I was just like going around the apartment to find a spot to display them, I think they would look very nice in a narrower wall. So then I just try on different narrow walls on in this apartment, and this is the perfect spot for it. And I think the reason why it works so well is that the thickness of the frame actually, when I put beside this also very thick spaces for the switches, then it just kind of like they just go very well together. And I believe this is the place that is meant to be in this apartment. And there's also something very special about these two paintings, especially this one, because I just love that from the first time that I see it. And when I use a Google photo or Google image search, I found out that this is a famous painting of a French painter called Camille Corot, and he has a lot of beautiful landscape painting, but this one has also some human in there, and they are doing something beside a pond or a lake, and there are trees surrounded it. And I think that really give me a very nostalgic feeling and also peaceful feeling, because in my parents' house in Vietnam, there's also a pond right at the back of the house, and that pond is looking over a very nice vegetable field, and it was surrounded by a lot of trees. And every time that I go down to my garden and then look over the pond to the fields, it's such a feeling when you are like being embraced by the nature. And it recalls a lot of my childhood memory when I was living with my parents in the house as well. At the moment, the pond is kind of remade, and they put a lot of concrete around it and also at the bottom of it, and there's not a lot of like real nature around the pond anymore. There are a lot of barrier where people, yes, I guess that's they're there for the sake of safetyness. But then I just really miss the pond that is at the back of my house, so in Vietnam. So this really remind me of that, and it's a painting with such a powerful yet very calm and gentle feeling. It gives you a lot of such kind of emotion, so I really like it. And when I look closer as well, I think this is just a print of the painting, but on the top of it, someone has put a kind of texture layer of probably some protective elements. So then it just looks as if that they are really the strokes on top of the painting, which I really like. This photo as well also have a lot of nature, and there's also a blend of human life and pure nature in between it. And I believe it's a painting of an American artist who is very, very big and famous within landscape painting as well. I must say that I prefer this one more, but this one is such a compliment, such a nice compliment to this one, and both of them look just so beautiful on the wall of my entrance. And every time when I come home and then I just see them immediately walking from outside the apartment, then it just, yeah, bring me a little bit of happiness. On this corner of the entrance, I want to have a very thin console table that I can put some decoration here, and also probably some decoration on this wall as well. And ideally, there should be a tiny little chair that I can put under the console table so that I can pull out and sit on whenever I want to put on my shoes. Moving on to the main space of the apartment here is basically the combination of a living room, a dining space, and also the kitchen. So what comes with the apartment is only the kitchen space with the two cabinets that running along two walls in this room. And I must say that it really gives me plenty of space to store things and cook, and also have different kitchen appliances on the countertop. I really appreciate the fact that I have all of the cabinets on the top, and also all of the drawers at the bottom in the kitchen counter, under the kitchen counter as well. So that has been really nice. This is one of the two countertops that is in my kitchen. This one is, I would say, the less high traffic one, in a way that there's no stove or sink here. So most of the time I just put some kitchen appliances here and use them. And those are the ones that I use very frequent, mostly even on a daily basis. So they're my microwave, my rice cooker, and also my water boiler. The thing with this kitchen countertop is that it's made from wood actually. And the previous owner of the apartment, she already put on some contact papers that have a grayish stone finish, which look very nice and realistic to me. But over time, the contact paper worn out a little bit, and to be honest, I would like to have some finish that look more warm and elegant to me. So then I chose this marble finish that has some yellow, orange, brownish veins on it. So then it just looked more interesting and warmer when when I look at it. For the rest of the space, I just put on some of the frames that I bought that I've been collecting since I bought this apartment. And yeah, I haven't chosen the art that will actually be in each of the frame, but I really want to just display them, because I think the photo frames or picture frame or painting frames are a part of the art as well. And every time I look at them, it gives me a feeling of, or give me a little bit of a artsy vibe that is like running within this apartment, and I really love that. Yeah, this also this sculpture that is broken the other day, because it's laid on the table that I will show you later, that has the top that's fall off the legs, and when I pull it, the sculpture just fall down on the ground, and then it is broken from the base. But yeah, lucky enough, it's only broken into pretty much two pieces. So I'm planning to get some glue and glue them together. This is the second countertop in the kitchen, and it is much more high traffic area, because there's a sink here, and there's also a stove and oven here, and I cook basically every day. So I must say that this area has always been in use. And yeah, it is also used for all kind of purposes as well. I cook here, I wash things here, and I also display something here, so that is interesting. The thing with this one is I also use the same contact paper for the countertop, the same as the other countertop, so that they look unified. And previously, it doesn't really look like this, the backsplash. And it's just like the old wall of the apartment that is covered in some kind of wallpaper that has a very strong texture to it, and it looks a little bit old to me. And in the kitchen area, when I actually cook a lot, there's gonna be a lot of water and oil. I really want to protect the backsplash so that I can always just wipe the water or the oil off the wall. And I plan to have it in tiles, so then that's the easiest material to wipe things off, I would guess. Um, so then I just chose to put on some peel and stick tiles on it, so that I can do it myself and not hiring anyone to do it. So far, I think it looks quite good. And with this kind of tile, it is a kind of tile that can stick on textured wall. So then it's actually quite strong in the aspect of like adhesiveness, and also it's very thick and very strong, so you cannot really easily bend or make any yeah, can really hurt it. So then I think it's quite high quality peel and stick tiles that work perfectly for my purpose. And the thing with it is there's also not a lot of choices of the tiles here in Norway that I can choose from. So I just choose the best out of the things that I like. Yeah, so there's such a lot of lesson when I do this peel and stick tile, because the tile is very hard and I have to cut each of these pieces of tile so that it fits perfectly into the counter, because the two pieces of a tile will be a little bit higher than the backsplash. So then I just decided to cut one of the two tiles, and then I also decided that in order to make it a little bit intentional and interesting, I would not have just one straight line in the middle, but I will rather like varies it a little bit in this kind of pattern. So one full tile and one cut tile, and etc. etc. And I think that is a very good decision from my side, because sometimes when thing has to be a straight line, it's easier to spot mistakes. But if it just varies like this from time to time, sometimes you cannot really tell that this one is probably a little bit higher than this one, for example. And I really spend a lot of time and effort into putting these tiles on the wall, because they are very hard. So I have to use a knife and cut them so many times before I can actually bend it and cut the rest of the main tiles that I want to use. And it's really hurt my hand, because right now if I kind of like use it to hold something like this, then I can still feel that some muscle inside here has been destroyed. But I'm really very happy with how it ends up to look like, and to finish with it, and also make a connection and water protection between the backsplash and the counter. I just put on some silicone and use the silicone appli yeah, applicant, I don't know, like the silicone, like a piece of plastic that you can flatten the silicone in a very nice and professional way. So then I'm just really happy that I did it and not using my finger, because the end results just look just absolutely beautiful and as if it's made by a professional. And yeah, so the setting with this washing thing is that I do have a dishwasher, but sometimes with the pieces that I cannot be put in the dishwasher, so I have to wash by hand. And I have this very efficient IKEA mats that I can put things as I wash them, for them to be air dry, because that is the best method of mine to dry anything, to be honest. And I also use gloves when I wash my dish, and I really don't want to see them on a daily basis or very frequently. So as they get dry after a while, I just put them in this cabinet and hide them. Same with the mat here as well. When I'm done, then I just put everything back to where they are, and then I will hide the mat under the cabinet as well. So yeah, that is basically the process. And originally, I don't think I want any object that is that should be on my counter. I want it to be absolutely mess free, and there probably should only be the dishwash, yeah, the dish soap and the sponge there, and that's pretty much it. But then I kind of changed my mind a little bit since the beginning. And that is after I went to this secondhand market here in Oslo, just a school market of a school that is only 15 minutes from my place. So then I just go there and I try to look for some items that can work within my apartment. And in there, I found this fruit bowl, or yeah, however you call it. But I figured that it would be nice to just put some fruit on top of it, and also this little vase here. And the reason why I decided to buy them is that I am very bad at snacking, even though it comes to snacking something that I really enjoy, like fruits. So I bought it, and I think that if I display it in my apartment in a very nice way, then it will be easier for me to remind myself to eat them, because a lot of times if they are just lying on the fridge, uh, I might just forget about them and don't really do any fruit snacking. So then I just want to display them on the countertop here. And with just these two items, I think they look nice, but they don't look complete and grouped. So it look a little bit not tidy. But when I put also my cutting board at the back of them, they become more unified and grouped, and they just look very nice together. So that is also a little bit of the psychological thing about organizing things as well. If you group things into one group, then they look like just one object, and it even look more organized with more things rather than less things. So that's what I learned. And I'm really happy with this display because it's remind me of the time when I was in primary school or secondary school in Vietnam, where there are a lot of, no, not a lot of, but probably one or two painting and drawing lesson every week. And a lot of times when we, some of the lessons are just drawing or painting the things that are just like stay still like this. And a lot of times there's a vase, there's some fruit, there's some bowl or eggs or something like that. So it just reminds me of how it works when I was like, art is actually something that I was learning at school. And I really love art and drawing and painting as a subject at school, and I was really good at that. And a lot of artists, I believe, also have their painting with some actual subject is just fruits and some vases or some water glasses or wine glasses. So I think this is a very casual daily life living things, but yeah, from some aspect it's also some kind of art display that is, yeah, that is actually living its life in a sense. So yeah, it's just one of the things that make this space more cozy and also more beautiful and more lived in as well. In between the kitchen counters is this space, which I think has so many opportunities for me to just decorate the apartment in a very nice way. It can be a pretty little moment that I have in here, and there's so many options. Like I can put a very thin counter console table here, and then just have some mirror or some painting, some photos, and just put something on top, like, I don't know, a perfume diffuser, for example. Or I can also have a big long painting here that is very eye-catching and can be a conversation starter. Or I can also put some huge lamp or some sculpture here. All of them are gonna be looking very, very cool. And I'm still kind of like deciding what is gonna be on here. But for now, this is what I have. So this is a sculpture that is the same size as the sculpture that was broken, but it's a different figure. I think it must be some Greek god. So this guy, I just call him Apollo, and the other woman, I just call her Athena because, yeah, it looks like it suits them the most. And this is also a pedestal that I bought on Finn as well. I think it has a very, I don't know, Roman kind of feeling or details to it. Yeah, with the kind of pile that you probably see a lot in Italy in the architecture. So for now it looks like this, and I must say that every time I look at this sculpture, when I was sitting in my sofa with the light from the entrance just like casting on it, and I only see the silhouette of it just feels like I'm in an art museum. And I just have a very big thing about sculpture as well. I think they are just beautiful pieces of art that require a lot of dedication to it. So then I actually wanted a bigger one, but this is the only things that I think is very nice and also affordable at the same time. So I just have it here for now. But I do believe that something bigger and higher would even be nicer. But so far, very happy with it. And if you are wondering what are these pieces of crystal, they are just a part of the light that I'm gonna put over the dining area soon. But I haven't really got to really do it yet. So far it just stay here as a piece of decoration as well. In the middle of the square formed by the two kitchen counters, there's this dining area, and this is quite simple so far. It's just one table and four chairs, and this beautiful tablecloth that is in 100% linen and in my favorite color, which is red. And it is such a beautiful shade of red, and it shines very warmly and beautifully in sunlight. So I just have it all the time because I really do want to protect the tabletop that is underneath. It's also in a very beautiful shade of dark brown. Um, and I mean, I don't know what you think about tablecloth and the fact that you just hide the tabletop all the time, but because it's so nice and I'm so afraid that I'm gonna, create some damages to it. So I just really want to protect it. But then after I want to protect it with the tablecloth, I also buy this beautiful one. And I kind of don't want to damage it as well. So on top of the tablecloth, you also see these pieces of I'm not even sure what this is called, but I think in Norwegian it's called brikke. And it just protects the tabletop and also the tablecloth from heat and food spill and things like that. And my friend even has a joke that because I have been protecting something with something else that is even more precious, probably things are gonna be stuck up on my dining table on the way to the ceiling, but luckily it didn't happen. So this is just how it is. My plan in the future is to have a lamp up here in a design that look a little bit glamorous, with crystal, so it really make this dining space a little bit more like restaurant like, and a little bit more uplifted and precious in a way. And I also want to have a mirror here on this wall, so that the light from the crystal lamp just be reflected in the mirror as well, and then the vibe is just gonna be hopefully exactly as I imagine it to be. These chairs are very, very special chairs, and these are the first items that I buy for this apartment even before I move in. And yeah, that's probably say something about my gut feeling and my excitement when I saw this chair on the ad on Fin. And I bought them because they look very luxurious and comfortable at the same time. For me, a chair is only comfortable when you have very thick layer of fabric that you can sit on and also lean your back on. And these just really fulfill that purpose. And the frame are also made from real wood, so solid oak wood as well in bright color. So I think it just makes this space quite elevated. And I know also the fact that the chairs have quite a neutral color and quite bright wood. Then when I pair it with a super strong color tablecloth like this, they look like they are fighting each other a little bit and don't really belong to each other. Um, but I think I will find a way to make it work because all of these pieces are the pieces that I love. And I will be adding a lot of other decoration items in this space as well. So this is just a start. And I mean, I still love all of the items, so I don't really see that this is a huge problem as well. And there's also one time where I removed this tablecloth from the table and just show the table as it is. It is such a different look. So I think I'll play with different look of the table from time to time as well. But I do recognize also at the same time that this tablecloth adds so much color and warmth into this area, which so far only have this white, cream, or brown shade. So yeah, that is how it is so far. The last area in this main space of the apartment is the living room. And in here, I think this is the area where I have been putting the most of the decoration within this apartment. So in here we have the big, huge actually sofa compared to the size of the apartment that is in the color dusty pink. Uh, I think when it comes to sofa, I really value a sofa that is comfortable and of good quality in the first place. And I do know that there are a lot of designer sofa and a lot of tire sofas that have higher legs and more wood detail and look a little bit lighter and slimmer, that would probably work better in a tinier space like mine. But at the same time, I have to really balance between what I can afford and also what is really very comfortable to me to use and sit on. I actually use this sofa for everything. I slept on it when I haven't got a bed. I of course sit on it to work and also to eat when I haven't had a dining table. And yeah, basically just did everything on it, and it is so deep and so comfortable, and it's of so high quality fabric, and also the system underneath and make it super nice and soft as well. So I have really been enjoying using it. And the thing about this shade of pink is that it is just so rich and deeper than you might think from the beginning. I would originally think that I would actually think that the dusty pink color would probably feel a little bit like dampened and cold sometimes, and a little bit faded, and not a lot of saturation. But in nice lighting, I would say, like in evening sunlight or in candlelight, it just shine a very, very warm, almost kind of like peachy shade from it as well. That is actually one of the most beautiful shades that I have ever had in this apartment. So I really, really appreciate the color of this couch. But of course, it also makes the rest of the decision when it comes to color for this living room space is a little bit more challenging, because I would say this is quite a strong color, and I'm not really exactly sure how I would bring other color, or how I would use different color to complement it and make it works in this space. Actually, that is why so far there's not really also a lot of color going on in this space, anyways, because I have been going a little bit back and forth. Um, and this sofa table is what I got for free from Finn. I just have to come to the place of the person who gave it away and pick it up. And it's not too heavy, but it is quite wide. I think it's 72 or 74 each of the sides. So it make it quite big for me to carry. But anyways, I carry it walking for 20 minutes from the place where I pick it up, not including transportation, which I have to use public transportation, which is a bus. And I remember the days that I pick it up, I try to get on the bus with no people, because that basically just the starting point, like the first stop of the bus. And the bus driver didn't really want to let me on to the bus, because, and then he just say you have to, yeah, stay next to it, which I already know and I'm gonna do. And when there's people with the kid trolley comes, and there's not enough space, and I just have to leave. And I totally understand that, but it just feels like for a person who don't really drive and have to rely on public transport like me, it's so difficult to really furnish your space with reasonable priced furniture. So yeah, and then it's also a lot of hard work carry it with my hands as well. And when I look at my hands when I brought this table finally home, it's just like so dry and have like skin kind of peel off as well. There's just moment where I try to fill up this apartment and I have to do it on my own. Um, I just keep wondering if that's something that I really have to do. Um, but then I just do it over and over again, because eventually the piece really bring me joy. And yeah, but yeah, just talking a little bit about the fact that being a tiny girl like me living alone in Oslo, mm, yeah, trying to finishing her apartment is definitely not the easiest thing ever. And the reason why I chose this sofa table is because it has such a beautiful brown shade with absolutely gorgeous veining on the top and also on the legs. So then it just looks so dramatic and nice that I'm happy every time that I look at it. And it also has the details that is not completely just the sharp edges and not just like totally square. So I really appreciate that. And I do believe that it was made with some level of care and dedication as well. And it just complements let's say my sofa with a very modern design, and this one has a more traditional and older design, which I kind of like. And this one, I would say that is a little bit leggy and not my absolute preference when it comes to a table. I think a table should somehow, or a sofa table in particular, should somehow have a very big leg and very stable, and it just should have some kind of real weight to it. But so far, I'm really happy with it. It's give me a lot of space to put things when I was sitting on the sofa. So yeah, and on this table, I have this beautiful real marble. Um, I don't know, turntable. I think that's how they call it. And I just put some scented candle here, which is actually already burnt up, and a vase of flowers. And yeah, what to say about this turntable? So I think I really have a love for marble because they look so dramatic, but also elegant and precious at the same time. But but they are super expensive. So then the only piece of real marble that I can afford for this apartment is probably just this turntable. And ironically enough, I just watched a video of I just watched a video on Homeworthy YouTube channel of a Norwegian jewelry designer. I think her name is Camilla, as I read from the comments. And she has her beautiful apartment somewhere in Oslo with a lot of beautiful marble. She has it on her huge countertop, which is actually a one piece of marble. And also her bathroom has a bathtub full of marble, the floor, and I think probably the counter around the sink as well, and some other areas in her apartment. So yeah, it's just funny when you think about that. Like some people just can just afford this and also fake contact paper with the marble details on top, but some people can actually have marble all around in their home without worrying of stain and things like that. But yeah, I really appreciate this piece of marble, and it gives me also happiness every time that I look at it and use it. There's also one thing about having flower in living space as well. I think I used to be very afraid of displaying fresh flower where I live because I just have this sadness whenever I look at flower, whether they are really nice or whether they are withering. And because of the fact that whenever I look at them, I think that they're gonna be withered one day. And I'm not sure which part is bigger, like the happiness when I buy them and then I see them every day and they make me smile and feel very happy inside, or the sadness when I have to watch them also become worse and worse every day and eventually have to throw them away. Um, and that's why I did not really buy any flower for the last, I would say, 4 years I lived here. But there's just something that changed since then, especially now that I live in my own apartment. I want it to look very nice and beautiful, and I know for a fact that I really love fresh flowers, a lot of different types of flowers. I'm such a flower person. So I just start buying flower from time to time, and I still feel very sad, but probably not like terribly sad when I have to throw them away anymore. So I just buy them from time to time still. It's not always the truth or the fact that there's always fresh flower in this space. One of the reasons is also because they're quite expensive, and you know that after a short period of time you have to throw them away as well. So then I just try to just have them when I really feel like them, or when I really see some very fresh, beautiful flower in the boutique somewhere. You might have also already noticed this art piece here as well. It's a original painting that I bought also from a person here in Norway on Finn, and it has this giant frame that is in golden color, which is actually a little bit too much to me, but I think it's basically is gonna be how it is for now. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing anything to it. I do love the ornate that is on the frame as well. I do appreciate the frames where there are small details of some kind of decoration to the frame that make it more interesting rather than just stripes and corners, sharp corners. So I really love it. It's very heavy and it's very decorative. And about the painting itself, I think the color is very vivid, and it's actually a nature scenery. So it gives this room a little bit more nature, and also it has the water in it. They always say something about having water in your space, even if it's just a image or a painting. It gives some kind of calm and smooth feeling most of the time, and the way that the scenery is kind of have a very deep opening into the space, probably some fjord or some lake, that just like go on and on in the background as well. It open up the living space, and I think it's yeah, it's really make it feels like there are more space in this area. And I like the fact that this is probably very typical Norwegian scenery as well, with the mountains and the snow at the top, and also, yeah, the little houses for the boats here. Um, so yeah, and this is one of the kind of the pine trees that I see all the time here, everywhere as well. And I think this kind of pine tree look very artsy. Um, in a way, already there are a lot of pine trees that just go straight, and their branches just naturally look like this. But this kind of pine tree, it's just kind of random in and it gives a bonsai vibe almost, that I really really like. So I love that it is here in this painting, and the color of this painting is of course very autumny, and I think that it probably gives some warmth to this space as well. I have also just changed the light fixture in this space. This is the only overhead light that is in the apartment at the moment, and there's actually no light bulb yet because I still have to purchase that from a company in Sweden. That is the only online shop that I see that sell the tiny little G9 light bulbs with dimmable function, and also with a very warm light temperature. I think that is like 2200. Most of the time here you can only find 200, 2700 or 3000, which in my opinion is still a little bit too cool and not warm enough for a living room space. Um, so yeah, I think this light fixture works very nicely in this space, because what to say, my first plans is to have a light fixture that is kind of like right at the ceiling, so that there's nothing in the way around here. And yeah, it's just a big circle probably that stick right to the ceiling. But then when I actually see how beautiful the light fixture in the bedroom that I will show you later looks, um, it just kind of like changed my mind a little bit, because when you have the light fixture falling from the ceiling, it just give way more interest into the space, and it make it more 3D and more dimensional, and it kind of balance a little bit of the fact that you have most of your furniture on the ground or even on the wall, but not a lot from the ceiling. So I think it just make the space feel more balanced and more closed. Yeah, I think it's give a closeness to this space and define the zone more. And um, and I think as a human nature, you want to have shelter, and that is the reason why most of the time you feel more comfortable sitting right next to a trunk of a big tree so that you can feel more covered, or things like that. So I think this does give some kind of that kind of feeling to me. And I think this golden details of the lamp works very well with this golden detail of the frame and also the flower at the moment. And I really prefer gold rather than silver or some cooler metal. And I like the light bulb as well. I don't like looking directly at the clear glass light bulbs because it just gives my eyes a lot of stress. So I think this is gonna be super nice when I light it up during the evening, when I spend a lot of my time within this area. And the way that I test how it look before is that just by myself as well, because I really want to make sure that it looks good before I decided to really purchase it and not return it. So I also film myself from this angle that I'm filming, but also from another angle as you just walk into the apartment as well. And I have to film myself kind of like just like standing here and then hold on to the light, just so that I can watch the video later and see how it looks. Of course, you don't have to do that if you have other people who come over and help you, but it's such a easier thing to do that, and you don't have to ask for help from anyone. And also at the same time, I think it's always a very good thing to film a corner of your apartment and take a photo of it so that you can see something on the photo that you don't really see in person. In a sense, I think it helps more with like an overall view of how things are looking next to each other. Yeah, so happy with this lamp so far. Among other furnitures that I have in this space is this beautiful side table. I really appreciate the shape of the tabletop, which is very wavy and natural, and also the flower details that is embedded on the tabletop as well. And the legs are also very elegant and nice, and I think that is one of the best feature of this table. And it also have the curves details, and also the finish is very warm and glossy, which make it even more special. There's only one thing with this table is that the tabletop is glued to the piece of wood that is used for screwing the leg together. So, and the glue was not of a very good quality. So only from when I bought it until yesterday or the day before yesterday that it just dry up and then fall apart. So then the table top just go completely off the rest of the table. And when I try to pull this as I cleaned the apartment the other day, it just completely fallen off, and everything just on the top of the table just fall on the ground, including the sculptures that I showed you before. So that was super, super sad. And I think I will have to fix it somehow, either find a better glue or better just like screw it together. But I have to really pay attention to the side of the screw because the tabletop is only this thick. So yeah, if I'm not careful, I might just destroy the top of the table, which is not gonna be good because I like it so much. Another thing that I have here is, and it's just here for now, because I cannot really drill a hole on the ceiling and do all of the wiring to put it over the dining table yet. But this is gonna be in the dining space. And the thing with this one is it has quite similar details to the one that I have in the living room space. With all of the branches that go coming out from kind of a triangle shape, the corn shape like this. And but at the same time, it also has the unique details to it, which is mainly these crystal details. And yeah, as I said, I really want some crystal in the dining area so it looks more elevated and restaurant-like. And I had such a good time unpacking this lamp because there's so many beautiful crystal detail. And as you can see here, it's creating some kind of rainbow effect within the room. So I think it's gonna be very fun to have it hanging up. The only thing with this one is the color is a little bit too yellow to me in bright light, but I think in during the evening, it's gonna not be that noticeable. So yeah, I think it should be fine, and it's gonna look, I hopefully nice over my dining table. On this side of the living room space, I have my Samsung's frame TV that I just newly put on the wall and do the drilling almost by myself and also with the help of another friend to have it up. The work is definitely far away from perfection, but at least we have the TV onto the wall securely. Um, it was supposed to display beautiful art in a very realistic way that it looks almost like a painting, even in person. But when I was filming it, it just shows some kind of flickering. So I turn it off for now, and probably I'll show you, I don't know, some other time when I find out a way to not have it flickering. And in this corner, I have some plants. This is my beautiful bamboo plant, which we also have one in my parents' house in Vietnam. So it also reminds me a lot of childhood memory, and it's kind of a symbol of Vietnam as well. Bamboo tree, not exactly this tree, but yeah, it's the bamboo family anyway. So yeah, it's just a very nice plant to have, and I really like the fact that this tree can go quite tall and slim, so it just fits perfectly in this corner, and it softens the edges. And in the spring, sometimes there are also flowers, which is in the shape of the firework with very elegant petals and the shade of white as well, and it has a very sweet and warm scent that is very subtle. So I really, really love this plant, and I'm so happy that it's still staying with me over time for the last 3 years. And above on this wall, I do believe this is for the pipe of the heater to run through and run between the apartments. But I do really want to have something on this wall, and ideally a fireplace with which use biofuel. I know a brand that called Tender Flame, which is a Norwegian brand that is selling one that is gonna sit perfectly on this space, but I'm a little bit unsure if I can drill within inside this and then have that fireplace securely sit on the wall. So I guess I just have to figure it out. um, yeah, and then you'll see if I finally will have a fireplace here or not. And over here I also have some other plants. I used to be such a big plant person. When I lived in a student house in Thailand, I only have a tiny room, which is like 15 square meter as a bedroom and also study and things like that. But I did have around 50 plants within that room. And since then, I have been downsizing my plant collection a lot. But yeah, I think plants is a must for any living space because they just bring a lot of nature and happiness into the space and keeps the space fresh and lively. So I still try to keep some of them in here. And every time that I take care of them, I feel happy as well. The last thing that I want to talk about this living room area is this Monstera plant. I think it's the first plant that I ever bought on Finn for only 100 krone. And it has been with me for the last, I think, 3 years as well. And I know that I want to put it in the middle of the room as kind of a separator between the living room space and the dining space. And I really want to have a beautiful pedestal or something like that for it to be lifted on the ground and be a little bit high up. So then I found also this flower table on or side table on Finn of someone who is selling it because she is moving out of her apartment. The table is not super cheap, but I'm very happy that I actually bought it because it has such a beautiful twisted wood legs that just adds so much characteristic to this corner. And I also love the fact that it has a lower shelf here where I can put my Wi-Fi router as well. And this one, apparently it belonged to a Norwegian writer before because there's a label in underneath that says her name, basically. And it gave me such a nice thought of like the fact that I'm using the piece of furniture of a writer, and it definitely adds some creative vibe into this apartment as well, which I really love. I really love the wood tones, the color on this one as well. It's just very deep and dark. And I was in awe when I brought it home, like, and then just look at it. This is also one of the pieces where I have such a hard time bringing home, not because of the size, but because like I pick it up in rush hour, and of course I have to use bus as a public transport to bring it home as well. So then it was quite crowded, and I just was really afraid that someone is just gonna be kicking me out because I'm carrying something is super bulky in the middle of a rush hour on a bus. But luckily, it did not happen. And to be honest, on the bus, when someone have a backpack, which I also did as well, I can just like sit on it, and it's like the space of one person as well. But anyways, it's such a bittersweet feeling when I think about the memories when I have to pick up the pieces of furniture myself with public transport as well. It was just not easy. But yeah, I guess those are also good memories at the end. Right across the living room is my tiny little bedroom, and I want to keep it very, very simple. And probably if you count the number of items that you can see in the bedroom at one moment, then probably you can use just 10 of your fingers. So, and I didn't really plan to do it first, but every time when I walk into the bedroom and there's just like minimal decorations, and there's actually no decoration, but there's just like minimal details over there, it just feels to me like a breath of relief. And I know for a fact that when I close this door, then all of the mess, all of the things that is like kind of overwhelming to me in the outside world will not be able to get into my very simple and minimalistic bedroom. So that is the way that I'm keeping it for now. I have a 150 bed in my bedroom, and that is considered very big for a lot of people. But to me, I really enjoy a big bed, so that I have a lot of space when I read or use my phone in bed. Then I can just like roll to the two sides without really changing where I lie on the bed, pretty much. And also, if there are two people, then it's also make me feel more comfortable sleeping without a lot of squeezing. And at the moment, this is just what I use, my old bedding set, which is in gray, with not really my favorite color at the moment, but still, I quite appreciate the organic details on them, and it looks quite nice sometimes. And also, I don't really do my bed every time I wake up in the morning, actually, because there's one time that I was just talking with this friend, and he said that he don't really cover the bed with a blanket because it is nice for the air to also circulate in the area above the bed as well. And I think that kind of makes sense to me, actually. So I just change the position of the blanket and the pillow on the bed from time to time, and also have the blanket in different position, and yeah, as well, so that it also get the most air in random area from time to time. And in here I also have my winter bathrobe, so every time when I wake up in the morning, I can just grab it from the side of the table, of the bed, and then just get out of the bedroom without getting very cold. And that is one of the reasons why I need a big bed as well. In the bedroom, rather than the bed, you also see this light hanging from the ceiling. At first, I was not sure how I feel about it, but the more I look at it and the more I experience it, I like it more and more. It just gives a very, I don't know, calm, Japanese feeling. And then at night, when you actually light it up, the details on the lampshade actually cover the ceiling of this room with some pattern, which look like a dome, and it just gives some kind of cozy and shaded feeling to me whenever I lie on the bed. So I really, really like that. The only thing is, yes, I can see the light bulb, so most of the time I turn it off when I lie on my bed anyways, but it's just very, very nice to look at this lamp, actually, even when I sit in the living room and I want to light this up just to look at it. To the other side of the bedroom, across the bed, I have a wardrobe where I put all of my clothes in, and it has like two doors with a mirror on it, so it actually makes the room feels bigger and also more airy. And I kind of like the fact that every morning when I wake up, I see myself immediately lying very comfortable and warm and cozy on the bed. So I think this is a cool feature that this room have. And on the floor, there's this carpet that I just bought for this space. I bought it new from Elos, and it's like a online shop. So I was not sure from the beginning, and let's say that I'm not even sure at the moment. But because sometimes when I look at it, it just looks super nice and vivid color shades. But sometimes when I look at it, it looks a little bit faded and old. So yeah, I'm not sure how I really think about this, but at least at the moment when I look at it, it just feels really nice and yeah, with good saturation as well, which I usually prefer. And it's very soft, so it's important because in the winter when you get off bed, you don't want your leg or your feet to touch the very cold and hard ground. One of the most beautiful things about this apartment is something that actually come from outside. So if you look out the window of my apartment, whether it is from the living room or from the bedroom, then it's just immediately a lot of big trees. And it even look nicer in summer because everything is green. And every time that I wake up on a nice weather day, preferably on the weekend, and just open up the blind on the window and look out this space. I just feel like I'm being in a cabin in a forest, and it is such a calm feeling that I really, really appreciate. And that is also one of the reasons why I want to keep the details in this bedroom super minimal, because I think the blank walls somehow brings the calmness to me, and with the shade that somehow actually mimic the green and soft green shade of the nature outside as well. I think it's just really, really nice. And my plan in the future is to have some greenish bedding as well, just to mimic and bring the nature outside in as well, and just make the entire experience very cohesive and calm and peaceful. One of the door in from the entrance leads to this storage space that I can put a lot of things in, including my coats when I just get from outside. And it definitely does not look super organized at the moment, so that is something that I will have to spend some time on. But it is such a good thing to have a huge storage space within here, so that I can put things that I don't really want to show and see. Another door is the one leads to the bathroom, and for some reason, someone decided that they want a lock outside of the bathroom as well. So that's the reason why this tiny piece of lock is in here. I still don't really understand that, but yeah, that is how it is at the moment. And this is my bathroom. It's pretty much the same since I moved in, except for this new toilet, which I definitely need to replace because the old one is very, very terrible. And I also put on these two photo frames on this wall, which look, I think it's make it look better. I think this is one of the inspiration that I got from looking at apartment for sales ads on Fin as well. I see some people hanging some art in the bathroom, and I think that could be something interesting. So that's what I did. And this is, I think, my first ever water painting that I made probably 2 years ago. It looks definitely not the best, but still the first piece that I make, and I think, yeah, I don't really paint a lot since then, so this is still the only thing that I have to put on here. In the middle of the bathroom, you see that there's a sink with some cabinets storage, which is great, and there's a mirror in the middle, and there are a lot of space to the side of the sink to put stuffs on as well. I have also the space for a washing machine, and on top of that I can put a lot of things on as well. There's a tiny little shelf here which I also make the best use of, and over here is my shower corner, which is, yeah, just as simple as it has needs to be, basically. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this bathroom area, because I think when it comes to bathroom, it's kind of difficult to decorate, because, yeah, is environment is very humid, and things can be damaged easily. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but yeah, we'll see. That it is for today's video, and I hope that you enjoy the tour, and I will definitely make other videos of different updates that I do to the apartment in the next months. So stay tuned for that, and until